Hi, what is going on YouTube? This is Admin NinjaSteelYellowRanger here once again with a Super Sentai toy review for the GoldKingRanger page. Today we have Shuriken Sentai Ninninger DX Shurikenjin. Now this is the main mecha used by the 5 main Ninjas. There is a 6th Ninja, but he has nothing to do with this formation whatsoever. But we will get to his personal Zord, mecha I should say, once we have done this review. So as I always like to do, we'll take a quick look at the box. So on the front we have a really cool picture of Shurikenjin. We have its 2 modes, which is the standard mode and then the dragon mode. The 5 Zords it comes with. On the side of the box we just have some combinations and stuff and whose Zord belongs to who. On the back we have again what it does, the functionality of the toy, all that stuff. On the other side, pretty much the exact same picture as on the previous side. On the bottom, a cool picture of its dragon mode versus its normal mode. On the top, we have the 2 shuriken, the 2 sort of headpieces, which we will get to. And that is pretty much it. So enough rambling, let's take a look at the toy itself. So when you open the box, this is basically what you're going to get. You have the 5 main Ninja Zords, a shuriken, and an extra blade, and we'll come to this when we do the dragon formation. But before we take a look at the individual mecha and the Megazord and the mecha combination, I'm going to keep switching from Megazord to mecha, so I do apologise. We'll take a look at the shuriken. So this is the standard mecha shuriken. I can't remember the Japanese name of this. I'm sure there is one, but we will put a little annotation in the here right now when we figure out what that is, because I haven't watched Ninja for a long time, so I can't remember every single name, but I do try. So this is just every one of the main 5 Ninjas has this. It's just to summon the Megazord. Wow. So if we unscrew the shuriken blade, I should say, you don't get any noise. However, if we press the back button, there was a spoiler there, it will say Admin Shuriken, and then if you keep pressing it, it will go through the name of all 5 of the Admin, and then it will obviously cycle back to Admin Shuriken. So let's have a look at this thing in the sword. So if we go ahead and bring in our Ninja Ichibanto. Oh, no. That happens. Shuriken in. Press the button. You will not get anything other than the transformation noise with this button, because this is the Henshin button. But if we go ahead and press the blue button, the attack button. So again, this doesn't really sync up with the sound effects. So if we go ahead and press the yellow button, so basically this is to summon the individual mecha. So that's the yellow button. If we press it again, it will just cycle through the same sounds. So nothing too exciting there, but other than the individual name of each mecha, there is no amazing sort of sound effects for this shuriken. So here we have our first Admin. This is Shinobi Maru, the red Ninja, Aka Ninja's main mecha, individual main mecha I should say. So he's a basic robot, humanoid form. The legs do this, you know, obviously because he needs to form an arm, but we'll get to that later. His arms do move up and down, like so, and his head does have some nice sort of little details, and it does move full 360, but you don't really need to do that. Some nice gold paint in the middle with the Ninja logo, which I like. But other than that, there is not much to this Zord. So let's move on to the next one. Now, the second Zord in the Ninja, well, it's not necessarily the second, but it's just the second one I choose to do, is Drago Maru. Now, this is Blue, or Ao Ninja, there we go, I couldn't remember his name. Ao Ninja's main mecha. Again, just like with Shinobi Maru, his legs do have this bar in the middle because he has to form a hand at some point. So, not much with the legs. It does have a lot more detail. The wings do come off, which is part of the formation, which we'll get to that, as does the tail. Some nice detailing on the head. Very nice. Now, I say two Zords because pink and white, or Shiro and Momo Ninja, they're two Zords which are the Kurin and the... I can't remember what the train Zord is called, because, again, it's been a long time since I've seen Ninja. They're kind of joined together. So we'll start off with the white, or Shiro Ninja. I always forget her name. So this is Wan, that's the name, Wan Maru. Wan Maru is basically the dog, or the wolf, whatever you want to call it. Does have some nice detailing on the head. You can see Shiro Ninja's little sort of symbol on the head if you look carefully. His mouth does open, and you can't remove these two pieces. And that's pretty much all there is to him, or her, whatever you want to call it. Fold the legs up, and it will plug into this piece of the train, like so, and that is basically it. Now, if we bring in Momo Ninja's Zord, I refuse to call this thing a Zoom Zord because that's just terrible. It's one of the things I don't like about Ninja Steel, but that's not what this review is about. So, again, some nice detailing and a little spoiler for later on there. Obviously, the head crest symbol is sort of moulded in here. Some nice pink. But other than that, again, that's all there is to this Zord, really. It does roll, like so, but that is all there is to these two Zords. And we'll move on to the final This is Dump Maru. This is Key Ninja's main mecha. Like I say, it is meant to be based on a dump truck. It does roll, which is cool. And these pieces like fold out because in the show he uses it to drop spikes and stuff, which is cool. You can take Shinobi Maru and like stand him in here if you want to. You know, he's hitching a ride, that sort of thing. But other than that, again, there's not much to this. Some nice detail on the front, but again, you can't really do much until you combine this. So that's what we're going to do next. So to start, we're going to take our Dump Maru. This is a really simple transformation. So what you do is you take this top piece, pull it off, and then fold this piece here down, and make sure these two pieces are out, as well as these two pieces here. You'll see why in a minute. Next, what you want to do is you want to flip the wheels, or the wheel here round, and then you also want to maneuver this one round to form the hand, and this will go on the left side, like so. Then you have your first hand. Next, you want to take the Shiro Ninja piece and the Momo Ninja piece, and these basically form the legs. So make sure these are together, like so, and then they will just fold eventually if you get them in the right way around. There we go. Flip the feet, and then this will plug into the bottom of the Dump Maru. What you want to do is slide it in like so, and it will lock in place, and to remove it there is a little lever back here, so you can basically just easily slide it off and on, because I was doing it wrong. Next, you want to take the Drago Maru. Now, I'm just going to move the camera up. There we go. Now, Dragon Maru does have his own formation, which we will get to. So remove the wings and the tail and flip his feet round to reveal the fist. Then it's just a case of kind of moving his arms down and you have the arm. So he plugs into the right side as the right arm. Next, we want our Shinobi Maru. Fold his legs so he's in a sitting position. And he has these pegs back here, and you'll notice there are some ports here. Plug him back there like so. And he is the pilot of the mecha. Now, move the handles round, which can be a bit fiddly, but there is a lot of wiggle room, so it's fine. So he's holding them, and then you can just sort of move the legs into the position. And here is our basic form. So next, we take the wings from Dragon Maru, plug them together, and they form a shield. So this will peg into the side, notice the pegs here, of the Dragon Maru right here on the feet. And you have your shield. Then take the sword and give it to the other hand. And he's pretty much ready to go. Now the next thing we need to do is plug the shuriken into the top. So we move the camera up just a little bit, there we go. Make sure the faceplate is down like so. And it's got two pegs here, which will just peg into the top, like so. And there we have Shurikenjin in all its glory. So if we just maneuver the camera again, I don't have a lot of room in my sort of review station, so I am going to just move the camera back slightly. Here we have Shurikenjin. I really, really like this mecha. The only thing I'm not particularly fond of about it is the fact that the Shiro Ninja Zord is literally just a piece on the leg. It's not even the leg piece itself. It's literally just a piece of the leg. Kind of just an extra piece to the train, which is kind of disappointing, but at the same time, sometimes they can't always include everything in the one mecha. So, like we say, this is the first form of Shurikenjin. The next form is the dragon formation, so we're going to go ahead. So in order to create the dragon formation, what you first have to do is dismantle this, mostly the top half, but we'll get to that. So we take off the shuriken, take off the dragon, take out Shinobi Maru. Take out Shinobi Maru. Take off the sword. And you're about ready to go. So the first part is quite easy. You just take Shinobi Maru and place him where the right arm should be. And he is now ready to go. Next you take Dragon Maru. You basically have to take the wings off and fold his legs down and his head to make him so he's in a sitting position, like so. He also has some pegs back here which will peg in like so. Now this one is a bit more difficult to do, however, it's just, you get used to moving all the pieces around eventually if you play with it a little bit. So we flip the handles around like so. He will eventually go where he's supposed to go, it's just not the easiest of combinations. So we're just going to leave it like that for now because it's a little bit easier. Next, we have to bend the Megazord. Now, the legs do have a nice articulation, so we go ahead and do this. However, you want this bit to be leaning forward, like a dragon. Now, we take the wings and the tail and plug them into the back of Shurikenjin Dragon mode. So here are the wings. One on one side, one on the other. Take the tail and you peg it on here. So Dragon Maru is now just about ready to go. What you have to do next, well you don't have to, but it's obviously part of the combination. Take the red shuriken off the core and plug in the blue shuriken which came with Shurikenjin. Now this can be a little bit tricky. I always have a problem with this and I don't know why. But if you make sure this piece here, which is obviously part of the head, is facing forwards. So what you actually need to do is place the blue shuriken on and make sure it is this way around, so with the headpiece this way. You will notice that there are some little spiky bits on the mask. Now you'll also notice there are some little spiky bits on the blue head. Now if we flip the mask this way, it forms a dragon mouth, which is quite clever actually in my opinion. Now there is a hole here. Now you need to plug this into Dragon Maru's head, and you're going to hear some different sounds. So if we go ahead and do that. And there you go. That is Shurikenjin in Dragon mode. This mode's cool. It's not necessarily something you need to do, but it is nice to have like an extra main sort of mecha mode, if you like. And I have just noticed that the wings are on so here's backwards. What the dragon should look like. I had the wings on backwards, so I just had to fix that because I'm really annoying about having things done the proper way. And there you go. That is all this Megazord, mecha I should say, has to offer. Now there are obviously loads of auxiliary Zords that plug in and do different forms, and we will get to those eventually. But the next review I personally will be doing is the Bison King, which is Star Ninja's main Megazord or mecha, whatever you want to call it, which is a really cool combination with Shurikenjin. So I've been rambling for long enough. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Admin NinjaSteelYellowRanger, and I'll see you again soon with another Sentai toy review.